Morning and happy Halloween. Happy Halloween from Wamsutter in Wyoming. Wamsutter, if you remember, some of you guys have seen the video of the blizzard I was in last year. We were stuck in the Lobes, which I've just passed in Wamsutter, Wyoming. Well, it's not like that today. Obviously, Halloween, October the 31st, 2021. So last night, I had a dream last night that I was at work and I banged my head really bad and they sent me home because I'd banged my head. So this morning I get up and one of the cupboard doors was open in my truck and I stood up out of bed, it was dark, and banged my head, split it open. So that's how my day started. It hurt like hell. I swore like a trooper, you know me. Swear all the time. I have a limited vocabulary, but yeah, that hurt, and I'm having a problem. I'm working with Knights to get it fixed. What's happening is, wow, look at this truck. It looks like some kind of this black thing. It looks like a dystopian type vehicle, you know, like a Mad Max type vehicle. You can't really tell from the angle you saw it there, but anyway, all in black. God, I've got a big old cut on the top of my head. Really hurts. Never mind. It's weird, you know. I don't recall ever having a dream where I banged my head, but I did last night, and it was prophetic. I tell you, prophetic. But anyway, so yeah, I'm having an issue with my truck. We don't have APUs in the truck, and if it's below a certain temperature and if it's in a certain window, we can't idle the truck. And I'm in the window, and I can't idle the truck. So. That's my wife calling, but I'll have to call you back, Kay. I'm in the middle of this. I've been trying to call you all morning. So anyway, so I couldn't idle the truck. It's kind of difficult for me to talk. So I can't idle the truck in temperatures between a certain... There's a fly. Where did you come from, fly? Fuck off. Shoot fly, don't bother me. It's keep flying in my face, damn fly. So... can't idle the truck, which is, you know, not really that big of an issue. We've still got the carb heater and everything like that. The issue is that it goes into power saving mode after about 4 or 5 hours. It cuts everything off. So my refrigerator, my cool, but I've got a refrigerator for food and from frozen items. It comes built in with the night trucks. They supply a refrigerator. It's really nice. And I got a cool box, which I keep my pops in and salad stuff. So, you know, they're going off, the lights are going on, everything, all of the electrical items are cut out. And so that's why I got up in the dark. So now, some of the new trucks that Knights are getting now have an auto start facility. So instead of, if they feel as though the batteries are getting low, instead of cutting all the electricity off, they actually start the engine of the truck, which is a much better system. And I was under the impression, or I was told by several people, that my Volvo, it's a 2021, can be retrofitted, but according to our shop it can't. So I need to talk to my DM and the terminal manager about getting a new truck, because that's just not going to work for me. You know, it's crazy if I'm losing power. And although I've been able to run on recaps for a long time, if I do have to do a 34-hour reset, it's going to mean that I am going to have no electricity. So I'm basically stuck in a truck with nothing to do. I can't watch TV, can't do anything. You know, I can go somewhere, I guess, but I'm here to earn money. I'm not one of these people who jumps in an Uber and goes and visits sites. I try and do a 34 and somewhere that's picturesque, yeah, and I go for a walk, but that's not going to cover me for a whole day. So that's got to be fixed. That really is an issue. I miss having an APU, I've got to say. I can live without it as long as I've got power, but this cut my damn power out. And like I say, I've just put a big old gash in my head, because when I got up this morning, I had the alarm set for 5 a.m. It was pitch black and it had no lights. I'd left the door open, one of the overhead cabinet doors open, and I didn't realise I'd left it open, stood up and caught my skull right on the corner. So yeah, that needs to be fixed. Other than that, stayed in the Loves in Laramie last night. Thankfully we didn't have someone sounding their horn. My original plan was to start earlier, but we got a lot of reports, the overhead signs on the roads here on 80, they were reporting that we're going to have dense fog, black ice and possible snow. But as you can see, we did have some fog earlier on, but it wasn't dense. But it didn't materialise, but all the same, I didn't want to run from 2 a.m. and spend that many hours driving in the dark on one of the most dangerous roads in the country. So I decided just to, get up at 5. It still gets me to my destination where I drop my load at around about 1300 today. It's a drop and hook, so I'll drop this trailer, pick up an empty, and then be on my merry way to another location. I'm picking up at a meat plant in Utah, somewhere north of Ogden. Can't remember the name of the place, but it does seem very desolate. Anyway, that's the day. I'll give you a shout later on. My wife's calling, so I really must answer that. So you guys take it easy. Hit the subscribe button below. Thank you very much.